Britain will end the free movement of labour immediately after Brexit and introduce restrictions to deter all but highly skilled EU workers under detailed proposals set out in a Home Office document leaked to The Guardian. The 82-page paper, marked as extremely sensitive and dated August 2017, sets out for the first time how Britain intends to approach the politically charged issue of immigration, dramatically refocusing policy to put British workers first. Home Office document exposes heart of Theresa May's Brexit Read more. Put plainly, this means that, to be considered valuable to the country as a whole, immigration should benefit not just the migrants themselves but also make existing residents better off, the paper says. It proposes measures to drive down the number of lower-skilled EU migrants, offering them residency for a maximum of only 2 years, in a document likely to cheer hardliners in the Tory party. Those in high-skilled occupations will be granted permits to work for a longer period of 3 to 5 years. The document also describes a phased introduction to a new immigration system that ends the right to settle in Britain for most European migrants, and places tough new restrictions on their rights to bring in family members. Potentially, this could lead to thousands of families being split up. Showing a passport will be mandatory for all EU nationals wanting to enter Britain, and the paper proposes introducing a system of temporary biometric residence permits for all EU nationals coming into the UK after Brexit. For more than a few months, the determination to end free movement from day one and drive down lower-skilled EU migration, and the role of the European Court of Justice in family migration, and extend elements of Theresa May's hostile environment measures to long-term EU migrants without residence permits is likely to please hard Brexiters. The Home Office paper, entitled The Border, Immigration and Citizenship System After the UK Leaves the European Union, makes clear the proposals within it have yet to be endorsed by ministers, and are subject to negotiations with EU. But with the help of examples and flowcharts, the document sets out the direction of Home Office thinking in one of the most vexed subjects of the Brexit debate. It is understood the document, which has been circulated around senior officials and ministers, has already provoked rows between cabinet ministers, who are trying to balance the demands of British businesses wanting to retain free movement, and the views of hardline Brexiters. It is also likely to enrage many in Europe who will feel the UK is intending to treat EU nationals as second-class citizens, and could invite retaliatory action by the 27-country bloc. Graph. The Home Office EU immigration proposals also include plans to restrict EU immigration by giving preference in the job market to resident workers. The government could also restrict EU nationals from seeking work, reduce the opportunities for workers to settle in the UK long-term, and limit the number of EU citizens able to come to the UK to do low-skilled work.